Again, welcome back to the Real Kens TV channel, where we keep it real and we call a spade a spade. I encourage you to like, comment, subscribe, definitely share. You know what I mean? This evening I want to talk about, I've been getting a lot of emails, man, on the short video that I made about Big Rufus. I've been getting a lot of emails, man. I don't have a lot of subscribers yet, so hopefully y'all like this video and y'all share it and share it and share it. You know what I mean? I get my subscribers up, but nevertheless, I understand that I'm working my way up through the ranks. With that being said, Big Rufus, if you didn't know previously, I told a brief story about Big Rufus, man. He's about, without exaggerating, I want to say Big Rufus is about 6'3", about 240, 250, chisel. You know what I mean? Reminds you of Damon off Next Friday. Yeah, that Damon. Introduce me to your friend, Craig. That Damon, yeah. But it's a situation, man, to where my first time in prison, that's a damn shame, because I got to recollect rather and think. Damn, was it my first, second, or third time? Ain't nothing cute about none of that. You know what I mean? But it was my first time in prison running across Big Rufus. Like I said, Big Rufus about 6'3", 240, 250. Had been locked up at that time. He had been locked up about 20 years. Now, mind you, we're in 2023 now. This was 2001. Don't know if Big Rufus ever got out. Don't know if he's still in. I'm going to have to look up Big Rufus. You know what I mean? But Big Rufus, man, he had a way of like, basically what happened with Big Rufus was he'd catch the fish. They call you fish. You know what I'm saying? When you first get off the bus, it can be a very, very intimidating situation because everybody's watching. You know what I'm saying? People, they know, they call it the gray goose here. I don't know what they call it, but I'm in Kentucky. You see Go Big Blue. You know what I mean? But they call it the gray goose. So when you get off the bus, and I'm speaking of state time, not federal, because federal, you can be anywhere. But, when you're doing state time, you're going to go do your time in your state. So once you get off the gray goose, you got people, they lined up, they looking for their homeboys, they looking for their peoples, such and such here. A lot of times they already know who's coming, because in R&D is where you go when you first come in. You get your clothes, you get your, everything that's issued to you, your toilet papers and everything like that, your boots, your jacket, if it's in the wintertime, just your uniform, anything that the prison issues you have to go through R&D. So people's waiting. So Big Rufus, he would sit back, just wait. You know what I mean? See who's coming off the gray goose. Now, let me remind you, when you first come to prison, a lot of times you don't have a lot of stuff. Depending on the facility that you coming from and the facility that you going to. So when you get to a prison, you may have to start all over. Don't have no toothpaste, no deodorant, no soap, no food, no nothing. Only thing a lot of times they'll let you keep is stamps, envelopes, your mail, certain amount of pictures, and maybe a cup and a bowl, but anything else, some prisons don't allow you to keep, which is messed up, because you might have $200 or $300 worth of things, but you have to throw it away or donate it or send it home. Now, who's going to send a bunch of noodles and cheese packets and hot sauce and chips and things of that nature home? No. So a lot of times, and punk ass COs end up taking it home, but that's a different story for a different video. You dig? So when you come in, Big Rufus, he's sitting there and he's going to observe for a little bit. Because you got some people, when they get off the bus, they know. They got their peoples up in there. So, hey, what's happening? What's happening, my dog? What's happening? So they're going to make sure that you all the way together. Come on, you with us. They're going to bless you. But some people, when they get off that bus, they wasn't necessarily street affiliated. So They looking around like, damn, I don't know nobody in here. Now, Big Rufus is sitting back, first couple of days, he gonna kick back, just watch, observe, because he don't run up on anybody. Now, for whatever reason, Big Rufus liked young white boys. Young white boys, that was his thing. Now, I'm not saying young white boys are soft. I'm not saying anything about young white boys. I'm just saying that's Big Rufus, that was his preference. Young white boys. So, like I said, when you first come in, you don't have anything. So you can have all the money in the world. Now, mind you, this was in 2001. Now, it's 2023. It's different now. They let you bring your stuff in a lot of places. And even if they don't, they have systems now to where you can call home or you can email your people, and then within 15 minutes, JPay, that's what it's called here. Boom, the money's on your account, and you can go to the commissary, which is the store, just like the grocery store here on the street. You go to commissary the next day or whenever your store day is. So I'm speaking of 2001 to where it didn't work like that. Back in 2001, you had to wait for your people to send you a money order, and it had to be a money order from the post office, a postal money order. Oftentimes, man, you've been to borrow something from somebody, and you tell them, no, man, my mom's, man, you get on the phone, Mom, I need some fucking money, moms. So you've been done, your people done sent you your money, and you done stressed to them it has to be a postal money order, and you'll get it as a money order from Super America, which is Speedway now, but back then it was Super America. After you done told them 5-6 different times, so then they send the money order back, then they have to resend the postal money order, so now, it's 2 weeks later. But nevertheless, I'm getting too far off base, you know what I mean? Big Rufus, he's watching to see, who's up in there, who's. So Big Rufus, he gonna come to you, he gonna spot his victim, man. He gonna come to you, hey, how you doing, man? They call me Rufus, man. He ain't gonna say Big Rufus. They call me Rufus, but it's quite obvious, they probably call you Big Rufus. Man, I understand how it is, man. When you first come in, I've been here for X amount of years. Man, if you need anything, man, just come holler at me. I know how it is until your money arrives. Just get me back. I ain't gonna charge you no interest or nothing like that. Just get my money back to me. So, a lot of the guys, they may be a little apprehensive in the beginning. But let me tell you something about prison, man. You may eat at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and your next meal's not going to come until about 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. So your stomach gets to growling and rumbling, and Big Rufus done already said, well, if you need something, just come to me. And that's how he talk, man. If you need something, man, just come holler at me, man. I ain't, I'm just trying to do the right thing, man. I try to help young guys out when they first come in, man. Just anybody, really. Big Rufus was really a store man. Now, what a store man in prison, it means if you need something, he gonna loan it to you, but you got to pay it back in interest. So you borrow one item, you got to pay 2 items back. You borrow 3 items, you got to pay 5 items back. You buy 5 items, you got to pay 8 items back. And oftentimes people go to the store, man, when they're trying to gamble, go to the poker table. They just outright hungry. Once again, back then we had cigarettes. I had cigarettes too. We don't have cigarettes now. So if you need a pack of cigarettes, same mathematics apply. You borrow 3, you need 5 back. You see what I'm saying? You borrow 5, you need 8 back. So Big Rufus, you sitting there and you starving, and you go to Big Rufus and you say, look, Big Rufus, man, look, Rufus, you don't call him Mr. Yeah, look, Rufus, I need 2 canned sodas. I need about 2 honey buns, 2 bags of chips, 5 noodles. So, Big Rufus, he gonna give it to you. No problem, man. My mom, man, my money's on the way, my money order. No problem, I trust you. So, 2-3 days later, guy's word's good, man. His money hits. Now, you done went and borrowed probably about $10 worth of stuff from Big Rufus. That's a lot of money in prison. $10? 50 cents is a lot of money. If somebody loan you a box of a thing of cookies or a noodle or something like that, man, you got to run that. You might, Somebody might take a look at you if you don't, man. Like Big Herc said, you might get your wig split. But so you go to Big Rufus, you say, yo, Big Rufus, man, I got my money, man. Here's everything that you loaned me. Plus, even though you told me that I, just give you back what I gave you a couple extra zooms and whams in there, appreciation for me having to wait for those couple days. So you take it to his cell or whatever. Particular situation, a little young white dude took it to his cell. And Big Rufus say, what is this? And the young white dude is kind of confused. He has a look on his face, a confused look on his face, like, what do you mean, what is this? Big Rufus, this is what it's what you loan me. I'm giving you your items back. That's what you call it in prison. Big Rufus say, no. These ain't the type of cakes that I needed back. So the young white dude's like, what do you mean, Big Rufus? You said just give me my items back, the cupcakes and the noodles and the sodas but these ain't the type of cupcakes that Big Rufus want back. So now the young white dude's like, hold on, man, hold on, dude. You're bugging out, man. I don't know what you think this is, but it's not going down like that, all right? Big Rufus, he kind of laughs and, smirks or whatever. And he tells the young white dude, listen, you got one or two ways that we can go about this. We can do it the easy way or we can do it the hard way. Now, mind you, once again, it's 2001, so a lot of these sayings y'all probably done already heard before, but this is 2001. You see what I'm saying? So these things that you may have heard now, they weren't really heard of back then or not as often. So Big Rufus telling him, man, them ain't the type of cakes I want back. So either you gonna get it out willingly, or I'm gonna knock you out, and then I'm gonna take it after I knock you out. Once again, Big Rufus is 6'3", 240, 250. Chisel. You know what I mean? Been lifting weights. Look like he been lifting weights for motherfucking 15 years straight for 10 hours a day. In shape, run 5-6 miles a day. You just coming in, you 5'9", 5'10", weigh 160 pounds. You not street affiliated, so you don't have no crew. You don't have nobody that you know what I'm saying, that's gonna have your back. And that's what, Big Rufus was known for, man. Big Rufus, next thing you know, you see the young white boy. He done shaved all the hair off his face. You see him sitting on Big Rufus's bunk, which is bed. You know what I mean? But in there, it's called a bunk or rack. He's sitting on Big Rufus's rack. When Big Rufus eats, he eats. When Big Rufus takes a shower, he goes in there and takes a shower with him. When Big Rufus is off doing something, he sits on this rack and he watches the house, make sure don't nobody run in. He belongs to Big Rufus now. All because he accepted $10 worth of zooms and whams. This ain't a story made up, man. I look on here all the time and I see a lot of stories, man. And, in my opinion, half that shit is not real. You see what I'm saying? I mean, things happen in prison, and you're going to have some stories, but you're not going to have that many stories. You know what I mean? So a lot of that stuff is for views, but Big Rufus really, really exists, man. Department of Corrections, the state of Kentucky. So, not to glorify any of this, you young fellas that's out there, man, y'all really better be, understanding what you're getting yourself into. It ain't cool for nobody to go to jail, man. But if you go to jail, you better be, like I said, I don't recommend none of that because it's all ignorant. It's stupid. I've done it. Not calling you stupid. I'm just saying it's just a stupid decision I've made. I've turned my life around. I've changed my life. But back then I was a knucklehead. You go to jail and you not affiliated with nobody. Big Rufus, man. There's a lot of Big Rufus out there. You know what I'm saying? Prison is a very, very is man, it's awful. Killer be killed. Certain situation, killer be killed. Dude might run up on you. What's happening, man? Let's get down. You a man or you a mouse? You can't be no mouse. It can't be no, I'm just here to do my time. Even though it's how you really feel, nah, because they're going to take advantage of you and they're going to take you. Certain prisons, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never been in no maximum prison. I am not going to sit on here and make it like, you know, but I've been, they call it behind the fence here. I've been behind the fence a few times, not proud of it or whatever. And it's just one of those situations, man. You don't want to end up like the young white dude having to deal with a Big Rufus, man. Because Big Rufus, man, he's he's lurking. And everywhere you go, it's going to be a Big Rufus. So like I was saying, if you're not affiliated and you ain't got a crew and you ain't from a particular hood or you ain't got some homeboys in there and you just in there and you by yourself, Big Rufus is coming to see you. And Big Rufus coming to see you, you better not accept nothing from Big Rufus. And even if you don't accept nothing from him, he's going to sit there and he's going to peep and he's going to understand this guy's by himself. So you best be putting you a plan together, you know what I mean, for dealing with guys like Big Rufus, man. The best plan is to stay out, get your education, a trade, a job, stay on that job, stay out these streets, you know what I mean, and be here with your family, your kids, and, you know, your loved ones, man, because that penitentiary has no heart, man. No heart. Hopefully, man, y'all like the story. Y'all comment on the story. Definitely subscribe. And most definitely share, man. I really want you to share this video because it ain't about no views. It's just about getting the word out to some of these youth out here that really, really think they tough. You got these youth out here that really think that they're invincible. And it's not really like that, man. You just think that it's like that. And I'm trying to avoid the youth having to meet Big Rufus. Once again, like, comment, share, and subscribe, man. We out. Real Kens TV. Keeping it real and calling a spade a spade.